Hello again, everybody. It is Corey, the Creative Keto Cook and Select Savory Seasonings, back with you to do a quick demo on how to make your own mayonnaise. Something that our family has decided is that we're not going to be buying commercially produced mayonnaise anymore because of the hi Dory, how are you? Because of all of the nasty seed oils that they use in commercially produced mayonnaise. And it is so simple and really inexpensive to make your own mayo. We have decided that we're going to do it on our own. My wife said a friend of hers has been trying to do it and it's not been working well, so she said, why don't you make a video? So I have already started the process here. Let me set this down. There we go. I went ahead and in the jar I already have 1 egg, a teaspoon of mustard. I just used plain yellow mustard. Also have a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, half a teaspoon of sea salt, and half a teaspoon of our Select Savory pepper. Trying to do this in such a manner that it works on the camera is always fun. And then all you need to use then is I have a stick blender, an immersion blender, whatever you want to call it. This thing was less than 30 bucks and I think less than $25 on Amazon. So once you get all of that in there, you need to put your blender in and let it rip. Once those ingredients are all blended, now you want to I've got 1 cup of avocado oil. You can also use olive oil if you prefer. We just like the taste of avocado oil. And, ooh, we may have friends coming, even better. And then you pour in about 1/4 of it at a time. Let it blend together, pour a little bit more. So we're going to get that process started. So get about 1/4 of a cup into the jar, and you can eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Start blending. And you'll notice it'll start to thicken a little bit with the first one, and as you add more oil as you go, it will continue to thicken as you go. So you may need to pick up the blender a little bit more to really start mixing things together. Alright, it's starting to thicken up like regular mayonnaise already. Let oil settle in. Get this last little bit of oil in here, and this is where it can get fun and a little messy. Yes, I have actually used bacon fat also along with avocado oil. Thank you. The fun part is some of this stuff likes to get stuck on the top while you're blending. So we're going to scrape some of that off right into the jar, get it all over the electrical cord. Don't you love cooking? Don't you love playing in the kitchen and making a mess? That's what I have kids for. They can clean up the mess for me. Well, when they get older. But that's it. Now I have a jar of fresh made mayonnaise that is much healthier for you than anything you'll buy in the store. It's also, there's nothing in here that's going to cause inflammation like the soybean oils and the other oils that are usually used in mayonnaise. And now keep in mind, when you make your own mayo, you got about a 2-week shelf life. So what I will do, when I am all done making the mess here, is I'll take the jar lid, I'll write mayo, and then I'll put the date 2 weeks from today on here. And then we know, okay, we need to eat this by that date. If it's not eaten by that date, and there's a little bit left in the jar, we will wash it down the drain, start all over again. So that's it. Real quick, simple, easy way to make your own homemade mayonnaise. Sometimes I think people try to dump all the oil in at one time, and it doesn't blend as well together. I have found doing about 1/4 of it at a time works like a charm. Sometimes we actually make a double batch than what I just did, but I use a much larger mason jar when I do that. So quick, simple, and easy. I hope this helps. This will be on our YouTube channel also for you to use and to take a look at later on. So I'll be back later today, probably going to make some blue cheese dressing. So stay tuned and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.